guess it's called press conference. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming this afternoon. I'm pleased to release the final report for the Higher Education Study Committee today, here with some of my colleagues, Representative Hagan, the Vice Chairman, and of course Representative Stinziano, who was able to serve on the committee with us. I want to especially put some thanks out to members of the committee. Of course, Representative Hagan, who served as the Vice Chairman and was able to chair the committee at one point at the University of Mount Union. And then Representative Tim Derrickson, Representative Richard Adams, and then serving as ranking member, Representative Ramos, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today because of another commitment in the committee hearing that he is currently at, Representative Bischoff, and then of course Representative Stinziano. And so how we're going to do this as we proceed today is I'm going to kind of recap what we learned through the study committee throughout the state. Then I'm going to turn it over to Representative Stinziano for a little bit for some remarks on the committee process and from his side of the aisle, and then turn it over to Representative Hagan, who will give us some findings. But we were very fortunate to have other legislators join us through the process, in some cases host us in many of the hearings around the state. And I also want to extend a thank you to Representative Tim Brown, Brian Smith, Representative John Patterson, Fred Strayhorn, and also Senator Randy Gardner, who, by the way, we've had a great partnership in the Senate with as we continue through this higher education process. And the Higher Education Study Committee was in part an extension of the process that began with House Bill 59 in the budget. There was areas to which we found that needed extra attention and needed a little more discussion. And so the Speaker very graciously decided to allow us to go around the state in a concentrated effort in different geographic regions to hold a series of committees. And the Higher Education Study Committee held 6 hearings around the state in Oxford, Rio Grande, Perrysburg, Alliance, Columbus, and Dayton. And a special thanks goes out to the institutions around the state who hosted us: Miami University, Rio Grande University and Community College, Penta Career Center, the University of Mount Union, Columbus State, and of course Kaplan University in Dayton. We truly appreciate their hospitality throughout the whole committee process and the ability to tour many of their campuses and learn some of the uniquenesses at each campus. The committee heard from 49 witnesses during more than 16 hours of testimony, and this report is by all means not the end-all be-all. There's many issues to cover in the report. Higher education is a broad topic and definitely a nonpartisan one, as we've been able to work together as partners through this. Before we talk about what the committee heard, I'd like to turn it over to Representative Stinziano to share a few thoughts on the committee work.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you all. You know, as the chairman mentioned, it kind of felt like a college search all over again. The amount of work the committee did, the opportunities and places and institutions we got to visit firsthand, and the wonderful testimony. As someone in the 18th House District with 7 colleges and universities, the recommendations in the process were an important one. You know, from the 4-year public to the community colleges, I thought we had a very thorough process, and I think you'll hear some of the recommendations really is going to continue that dialogue. So really appreciated the work of both the chair and vice chair for allowing such a thorough opportunity for people from across the spectrum, from students to college presidents, to be able to express areas where they think Ohio can be doing better to serve higher education, not just when they get to school, but even before. So really appreciate the committee process and look forward to continuing the dialogue and the work that's to come.